everybody, it's Tara Bryan, and you are listening to the Course Building Secrets podcast. Whether you're a coach or a CEO, the success of your team and clients is based on your ability to deliver a consistent experience and guide them on the fastest path to results. This podcast will give you practical, real-life tips that you can use today to build your online experiences that get results and create raving fans. Why? So you can monetize your expertise and serve more people without adding more time or team to your business. If you're looking to uncover your $1 million framework, package it, and use it to scale, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, in today's episode, I want to talk about your business systems. So here's the deal. Systems for running your business, running your products, running your services, running your courses, whatever they are, will make or break your business. And let me explain why. All right, so there are a couple different reasons why these are important. Number one, I'm going to tell you that for people who don't have systems in place and have the right systems in place, look like rookies. And nobody wants to work with a rookie, right? So there's a difference between trying to sort of figure out and dial in your process, your systems, the way that you work with people. And so sometimes you don't have everything figured out in terms of automation or having everything automated. And that's totally fine, right? Because you're figuring that out. But if you are going out there in the world and saying, hey, I am a successful business and I can help you, grow and scale your business, then you better have your systems in place. So I was a guest on a summit the other day, and there were about 80 speakers, and I don't even know how many people, maybe 1,500 people who were attending. And it appeared to be a professional summit, professionally done summit. However, when we got there and the day of, they didn't use any streaming software or event software. They just used Zoom meetings. So there's about 75 speakers over 2 days, and every single speaker had their own Zoom link. And so as an attendee, you had to log into one, then log out, then log into another one, and then log out, and then log into another one and log out. So it wasn't like a streamed event where you just logged in and then various guests popped in. It was very clunky. It was very unprofessional. And it was something that, while all of the sessions were amazing and the women who hosted it were amazing, that experience proved that, one, this was their first time doing it. Two, they weren't thinking about their audience and ease of use and how to help people have a consistent, engaging experience. And number three, that they didn't spend the money on the right tools that helped them actually create an amazing experience and keep people engaged. I'm quite certain that most people got tired of trying to figure out how to find the links and where to go and how to log in and which time zone they were supposed to be logging in on. It just turned out to be sort of a hot mess. And so that's the problem, right? You dial in your sales and marketing and you get a bunch of people and it's awesome. It seems like it's going to be this great event. And then the actual execution falls flat. And that's when you don't have the right systems. That you haven't thought through how your systems affect the end user, the person that's on the other end or the receiving end of that system. And so it becomes just sort of a deal breaker, right? Do you want to work with somebody who appears to have their stuff together in their marketing materials, but then fulfillment falls flat? Or do you want to work with somebody who's really thought through how you're going to experience something and how to improve or even just have an average experience, right? You want to work with somebody who's kind of got it dialed in. And so systems become really important for that. In order to get the right systems, you have to think about how people are engaging with what you have to offer, how they're going through the experience, and what makes it into a good experience or even a poor experience. And so you want to think about that, and then you find the right system that helps to engage and create that sort of process that you have identified that makes that come to life, versus just putting a bunch of systems in place, or worse yet, like this summit, not putting anything in place and just throwing something out there and pretending that it was all put together appropriately. It is interesting. Just as a side note, I'm pretty sure they paid somebody to do this for them, and so shame on that person for not having their systems in place that help these women become successful. So that's why, like, if you think about systems in your business, the first thing that I would do is identify the process or the framework that you take people through. What's that consistent process you take them through? Then find out where the holes are that can be plugged through using a system or a particular technology. And then what is the experience that you want to have when they're going through your process? And when do you need to show up, and when can you use a tool to replace you showing up? Because the reality is that people will need you at different parts of the process as they're going through and being a part of your program, but they may not need you for all of it. And so instead of just showing up to show up when it counts and when it makes the most impact for that person. It's sort of like, I always see those memes out there about unnecessary meetings, right? It's like, just because you feel like it's important to meet or have FaceTime with somebody once a week, make sure that it's meaningful face-to-face time. Make sure that it makes sense in terms of the flow of what you're doing, versus just showing up and asking them to show up at that time, because sometimes it's not actually needed. You can replace it with maybe a Voxer message, an email, or some other type of communication that helps them move forward, but doesn't necessarily need any FaceTime. So really think through that. Okay, so systems in and of themselves are super important in your business, but they have to be tied to strategy. They have to be tied to your overall process. So they have to support that process. They have to provide the ability to enhance the overall system or the experience of the person that you're trying to help. So don't put systems in place just to put systems in place, and spend the money. Invest in systems that actually enhance the process, right? If these ladies would have used streaming software, it would have 10x'd their results, because they would have had every single person stay on, engage, and stay in the flow of the 2 days. Instead, it was just in and out, in and out, in and out. There wasn't any engagement, there wasn't any momentum, there wasn't any connection with other people, and so it fell flat because of that. It was something that they tried to gain momentum on Facebook, but again, that's one more place that people had to go. And it's like if you were to have a live conference, and you would send people not to breakout rooms, but every single separate thing would be its own room, and everybody was disjointed the entire time, right? There was no time where everyone was together. There was no time where there was connection. There was no time where there was sort of that informal time where people can gather and be together. And those things are so important, regardless if it's online or offline. All right, there you go. There are some things to think about setting up systems, why they're important, how they become important to your business, and how they can enhance the relationship with you, your customers, and your customers with each other, to be able to keep the momentum moving in your business. All right, there you go.
Hey everybody, are you a business owner ready to streamline and scale your business? Imagine solving the biggest business challenges with clarity, a strategy, and a clear plan. Hey, I'm Bryan, and I want to invite you to take the first step towards transforming your business with a free 30-minute discovery call. This call is an opportunity to discuss your goals, identify key challenges, and learn how my mentorship program can help you achieve the success you're aiming for. In just a half hour, we'll explore how you can scale your business by enhancing your authority strategy, engagement strategy, and retention strategy. You'll get personalized advice and a clear path forward. Ready to take the first step? Click on the link below that's in the show notes to book your free discovery call now. I hope to talk to you soon.